Women's wrestling has come a long way. Gone are the days of 3-minute throwaway matches buried between bathroom breaks and snack runs. Thanks to pioneers like Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch, the women's division in WWE has seen a true revolution. But with greater opportunity comes greater responsibility. And when WWE introduced the Women's Intercontinental Championship, they dropped the ball. Hard. That is, until Becky Lynch threw her head into the ring and Lyra Valkyria made a surprising development. This is the story of how those two women saved a title that was on its way to becoming irrelevant before it ever got started.
Oh! Becky and now a manhandle slam!
In late 2024, SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis made a huge announcement. WWE's first ever midcard women's title, the Women's United States Championship. Raw followed shortly after with its counterpart, the Women's Intercontinental Championship. On paper it was a great move, something that lingered in the back of our minds for forever. Finally a way to showcase more of the roster, finally more opportunities for rising stars. But in execution it didn't start off great. The inaugural IC title tournament lacked big names, no Bianca Belair or Rhea Ripley insights, but what it did have was fantastic wrestling.
First round, Zoe Stark, Dakota Kai, Lyra Valkyria.
4 chaotic and creative triple threat matches. In the first, Dakota Kai overcame Katana Chance and Shayna Baszler in a match that interestingly only featured women that have since been released by the company. The semi-finals were as follows. Lyra Valkyria vs Io Sky and Dakota Kai vs Zoe Stark. And these matches, they delivered world class. Io and Lyra were so evenly matched that Lyra could only sneak out a win with a clever roll-up. Dakota and Zoe might have been even better. Fast-paced, brutal, and featuring one wild spot where Dakota kicked Zoe mid-air like prime Shawn Michaels.
And their first singles goal here in
Carry, advance, yes!
Highlight reel moment here. Despite the promising start, things soon went sideways. The tournament finals, Lyra Valkyria vs Dakota Kai, had all the potential in the world. It could have been a statement match, maybe even a show stealer at the premium live event, or at least the highly anticipated Netflix season premiere of Raw. Instead, it aired on a random Raw. Not the main event, not even the opener. Just awkwardly shoved in the middle of the show, like an afterthought. Nevertheless, match was good and it ended like this.
Into the Nightwood cover! There's your brand new Intercontinental!
I gotta admit, I was bummed out watching this. I wanted Dakota to win, as she is one of my favorites, but Lyra won. She's not undeserving, don't get me wrong, but the presentation didn't do her or the championship any favors. WWE gave the new title no hype, no spotlight, no time for Lyra to cut a promo. Not a single defense had any build-up or story attached to it. It was a cold start for a title that desperately needed heat. For months, Lyra and the title treaded water. It looked like this belt might have gone the way of the 24/7 championship and became irrelevant. Thankfully, Becky Lynch showed up. In a genius move, she returned at the grand stage to pick up the tag titles, which turned into a make or break moment on the next Raw episode. If WWE had booked this any other way, both the women's IC and tag titles would have died on the spot. Turning heel on her friend, Becky Lynch didn't just attack Lyra Valkyria, she injected life into the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Their feud was simple but effective. Becky demanded respect. Lyra struggled to find her voice. Finally, after months of silence and playing second fiddle to her own title, Lyra was allowed to speak. Cutting her first real promo as champion. Was it perfect? Far from it. Lyra's mic skills are underdeveloped, but it was necessary. If she's going to improve, she needs the platform. I'm happy for her, she finally gets one. And in this feud, she definitely got it. The rivalry revolved around a gesture. Raising your opponent's arm after a match. On paper it sounds small, but it became personal, emotionally heated. For the first time the Intercontinental Championship made it to a premium live event card. When Lyra eventually lost the title to Becky at Money in the Bank, The moment wasn't just about the result, it was about the aftermath. Becky pushed Lyra to raise her hand. Lyra swallowed her pride and followed through. But Becky kept pushing her, and when Lyra finally snapped and attacked her, it truly felt satisfying.
Big time.
Oh, look at this! Yeah! German Nightwing!
This is where Lyra Valkyria finally clicked for me. With Becky Lynch now holding the championship, things have changed. Her star power gives the title believable credibility. She's been to the top, she's main evented WrestleMania, so when she holds the Intercontinental title it feels like a big deal, not a step down, a mission. And Lyra, she's no longer just a placeholder. She played her part incredibly well. From underwhelming champion to breakout star, her arc made the title feel alive for the first time. Let's also not forget, this feud brought the IC title to a premium live event. That alone helped it climb the ladder of legitimacy. For a belt that started off with barely any presence, that's a big win. WWE's roster is deeper than ever, but that also means there are more people fighting for the same spots. Midcard championships, especially in women's division, are a necessary way to spotlight talent that might not always be in the world title picture. But here's the thing, those belts only matter if the stories around them matter. That's what Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria gave us. This feud didn't rely on convoluted angles or random alliances, it was character driven, emotional and elevated both women. And in doing so, they elevated the title. So did Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria save the Women's Intercontinental Championship? Yes, without question. They took a mishandled title launch and turned it into a showcase of storytelling, wrestling and emotional stakes. Becky gave it visibility and Lyra's place in WWE's wacky world is now much clearer. Now the future of the championship looks brighter than ever. Hit me with your takes in the comments. You've been watching WW.
The best things in wrestling.